Is hard work enough? Hmm.
Should you work harder? Is hard work the key? Uh, is hustle the key to success? To an extent, yes, partially. But there's a bigger thing that goes into it that makes it to make you successful. Yes, you can work hard. I've known a lot of people my entire life that work hard and gotten absolutely nowhere, except wore out, tired, stressed out. Now, in my opinion, to become successful from the people that I've studied, you have to not work harder, work a lot smarter. See, there's a story about this plane that was flown over South America. And this plane, it was full of like hard workers and engineers and whatnot. And all of a sudden, the plane crashed. Now, this plane crashed in the middle of this desert, or close to the middle of the desert. And everybody get out, and for the most part, the hard workers and a lot of engineers got out, and they got these swords, or they made swords or machetes, and started hacking their way out of the desert trying to get free. And there was this one particular guy. He, instead of whacking along with them, he climbed this really huge tree, and he just took a look around, and he said, hey guys down there. He was talking to the hard workers and other engineers that was on the plane with him that crashed, and he said, you all are working hard. That's good, but where we're trying to go is in the opposite direction. So they're working hard, and you can work hard, but working hard can get you in the wrong direction. So if it wasn't for the one guy who went up and climbed that tree and said, the where we're trying to go is the opposite direction, these guys would continue hacking away and going in the opposite direction, getting farther and farther into the desert, or I'm sorry, not the desert, the woods, and more lost, and they'll probably eventually probably never made their way out. But by him, like I said, going up and climbing that tree and say, you're going in the wrong direction, that was a smart thing to do, and it helped them dramatically. There is, if you look at a lot of times on a lot of these movies, I know a lot of these movies are made up, but if you look at a lot of these movies, or if you even visit a lot of these places, which is 9 times out of 10 is going to be real events that happen. Inner city, if you go to a lot of these third world countries, or things of that nature, you see a lot of these people, they're starving, they're poor, and it's poverty ridden, and you see these people working hard. A lot of these people are like digging through dumps every single day, working hard to try to just feed a family, or try to get a little something to kind of help somebody or something in their family. So you mean to tell me if they're working hard, what do? You tell them to work harder to get success? No, because all they're gonna do is working harder for them is staying out a lot longer or coming out a lot sooner. That doesn't always help. So what they should do, or what these people should do, is figure out a way to kind of work smart. A lot of, like I said, where I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and most of my friends, if not 95% of them as well as their parents and a lot of their relatives grew up in inner city, and their entire lives all they did was work a lot of odd end jobs, or even if they had a little career, their career didn't really get them far because all they did was work. And a lot of times our parents and relatives, we go and we work extra hours to kind of make up for what we don't have. So they're working hard, and then they're working harder to try to get success, and it's not really working because they still end up in the same predicament, you know. So, like I said, you got to figure out a way to work smart. To work smart, if you have no idea what you can do to work smart, don't be ashamed to ask for help. Where I'm from, that's one of our biggest problems is, we got pride. And our pride tells us, we shouldn't ask for help because we are men and this, that, and the third, a whole bunch of BS. And that's why a lot of us, we don't get anywhere because we're afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a lot of people out here in this world that want to help you. You just have to find them. You just have to look, and you will find it. It says in the Bible, Luke chapter 11, verse 9, I believe, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. It says it in the Bible. So like in that jungle, guys, they were like just hacking away, and they was doing like massive amounts of activity. But what a lot of us fail to realize is we get massive amounts of activity confused with achievement. You can do a lot of things and not achieve anything at all. You know, where I go, like a lot of times I go to a restaurant or I go to a hotel, or even like prime example, Walmart. Everybody loves Walmart. We go to Walmart, Home Depot. The people who's doing the massive amounts of work is the ones getting paid the least. And by them just working harder, like I said, all they're gonna do is burn them out, and it's not really gonna get them anywhere. The key to success is, you have to find leverage, leverage, and get help to operate smarter and think smarter. So, like I have a little brother who works at Steak and Shake, and I say, okay, you working this hard, and you only getting paid this amount of money. If you're gonna work that hard at a higher, what do they call those, higher position. So even if you don't really want the position and this job is just temporary, go all out for it. Say, you know what, I want to be GM. Right now he's just like a crew member. Say, I want to be GM. So even if they turn him down and say no, he said, okay, well I'll accept shift manager. So what that does is, it boosted up his pay a little bit, and it also, well, not boost it, it will boost his pay, and also get him a higher position that will get him in the door somewhere else and starting off at a higher pay if he decide to leave that job. So that's working a little bit smarter versus working a little bit harder. So then also, like, by doing this, you're working probably the same, if less time, and you're getting paid close to twice as much, and you can take off if you feel like it, or when time allows it. You can take off a little bit longer than a regular crew member, or whatever it is that you do. You move up, work smarter. Everybody else still is kind of working harder, and you get twice as much done. You get almost twice the amount of pay, and you also can take time off for vacation for yourself or whatever it is that you want to do. Just figure out a way to work smarter, and you can keep using this method to get higher and higher in certain positions or in certain places in certain companies. Purposely overshoot what you want, and when they say no, that no will land you still in a higher position than where you are now. It works about a good 90% of the time, 95% of the time. So high success rate, it's a psychological thing. A thing in psychology, purposely shoot for more, they tell you no, and then you settle for less. It works every time, for the most part. So, like I said, you don't necessarily always have to work harder to achieve what it is that you're trying to do. Yes, working hard is important. Hustle is important. The grind, all of that is important. You do it, a lot of times we do it because we have to. Like, the purpose of life is not to breathe. Breathing is something you have to do. The purpose of life, in my opinion, is to help somebody or help other people, who can in turn help other people and help this world be a better place than what it is now. You breathe because you have to. You work, you grind, you hustle because you have to. See what I mean? But it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, like I said, is to help another person or help other people, so that way this world can be a lot better place. When you stop making things about yourself and start making it about others, then you'll feel a whole lot more happier on the inside, and you'll feel like you achieve a little bit more. There's a lot of people that I know, not on a complete personal level, just a few, but like what I've discovered with those people are, like, they have a lot of money, but it seems like when they get a lot of money, they get this arrogant attitude, and with this attitude, they say, yeah, I don't have to do this, I don't need to do this, but at the same time, yeah, now they have the money, and they have this arrogant attitude, but nobody wants to help them, nobody wants to be around them, which in turn makes them miserable. Everybody, all their friends and families, kind of like trying to separate themselves from them. It's making them kind of miserable. When you finally get what you want, give back, constantly give back. The purpose of life is to work smarter versus harder. Working hard, you have to do it sometimes, but you don't have to always work hard to where it's really killing you. So give back, work hard, work smarter, and love. We have to love each other. All those things will help you become successful. You can't just take one aspect and think you're going to become successful or completely successful anyway. Somebody can say, I can just work hard or work harder and become successful? Yeah, you will. By just strictly just working hard, you can eventually over time, in certain cases, become successful. But at the same time, by you constantly working harder, your body, your relationships, and other things that you have in your life is going to pay for it. So you ultimately won't be successful. Yeah, you got money now, or you got certain things, but at the same time, you got this at the expense of what you didn't want to lose, was relationships with your family, friends, and loved ones and stuff of that nature, and also your health sometimes. So you can work smarter. A older couple or older guy can't do as much as a younger guy, but he may still want to be successful. Prime example: if you look at Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett is not taking these temporary jobs that through these temp agencies or working at Walmart, stuff of this nature, and working hard and harder and harder trying to get richer than what he already is. So what he did was he said, you know what? I'm getting older. I can't move as much. I can't do this as much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna think smart and figure out how I can make more money without exerting so much more energy. So he sat there and he studied and he said, you know what? Coca-Cola sells over 1 billion 8-ounce glasses of Coca-Cola daily. So what did he do? He bought them. And then he raised about 1 penny. Every single one about 1 penny. And now he's making millions by literally doing nothing. You see how he just works smarter versus work harder. And now that slight small difference that he just made, he's making him way more money than 98% of the country or the world. So working smarter helps you get to where you want to go. Working smarter is a solution to success, not always hard work. So, thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment if you like anything or didn't like anything, or what do you want me to change, or stuff of that nature.